Hello YouTube, today we got an HP Elitebook 840 G3, generation 3. We also got 1000 plus videos on this channel, and I'm sure we have G4, G5, G2, G1. So different generations use different jacks, and different generation is a different way to take it apart. So I'm gonna show you how to take it apart and how to replace the jack. First, I want to make sure that the power supply is working fine. So let's see. Yeah, the power supply is working fine. So you see the arrow goes in and shows me 19 volts. We get 90% of all our work sent to us by mail from pretty much all over the United States, and I can feel it's extremely loose here. So the client basically states that they have to wiggle the cord. Let's see if I could wiggle it. Yeah. All right. So sometimes it gets the current. Really common jack to fail. So let me show you how to take it apart. And yeah. So it has the rubber pads. It doesn't have rubber pads on this particular laptop, but it does have them here, and there, but yours should have rubber pads all over the place. So we want to remove the rubber pads from the screw hole coverings, like that, and I put them in the order as which I take them apart. So you take the rubber pads out, and then you unscrew the screws. Alrighty. Now that we got the screws out right here, we have the cover right here. Let's see if we can maybe use this angle. Right here. You want to remove that. And you got one screw right there, which is long and thin screw, so you have to kind of set it aside there as well. Now, next thing you want to do is try and pry out the, let's see if you can pry out this. This is a guitar pick. It's a plastic one, and it shouldn't damage any components inside that might have some current running through them. So for right now I'm unable to unpry it open. Okay, but here I should be able to. And what we do is we basically just guide the guitar pick all over the perimeter to get the cover off. Here we need to disconnect the battery first without touching anything else on the surface of the board. I wonder if I could attach some sort of a button here that would mute the microphone so you wouldn't hear this. So once I press it, it would be muted, but I have different bits, drivers for different screws, so it's kind of complicating to see if I could mute something while I'm unscrewing. Alright, so here we got to the point where we have to unscrew the screws for the keyboard. You got a screw right there, and you got a screw right here, and maybe you have a few more screws for the keyboard, maybe not, but let's unscrew those first, and then this one. Alright. How about like that? Is that a better position? Alright, so we got 2 screws right here. Alright, let's flip this thing over. Alright. And let's see if we can take the keyboard out by putting a flat head pry bar into the slots. Maybe, you know what, I should probably do it using the pick. We also have, by the way, a flat head. We have a flat rate fees for the repair, so you know exactly how much it's gonna be before you even gonna talk to us, ship anything to us. All the rates are on the website, so if you want to check out the website, again, I'm not sure if there is inflation, deflation going on, because 2020 kind of derails all of the financial system. So here, let's see, let me show you what we got here. We want to be extremely careful. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3 screws, alright, so not the screws, the cables. So we unplug this guy, like that. And then we unplug this guy, like that. And we can flip the board over. And we kind of have to... Okay, so it's glued to the casing, but it's not extremely heavy glue. We wanna unplug this guy. Right here, and we got one wire right here which you want to unplug as well and take out like that. Okay, so on this side everything should be, that's it. Alright, so we want to close down the hinges, because when we assemble it back I don't want any of the hinges grabbing onto the plastic and breaking off. So that's an important part. Close down every single hinge once you unplug everything. Alright. Now let's go back to what we got on the top. Alrighty, so we got a whole bunch of flat alright, so I want to take care of the big flat screws right here first. And probably I don't want to touch this one, and I don't want to touch that one. So those two I'm not going to touch. Here, let's do this one, that one, this one, and that one right here. Alright, I didn't touch those two because I think they're not holding the panel down. Now another thing you want to do is you got 1, 2 screws right here. Three, 1, 2, and 3. Not the one there, because that was from the casing. So those 3 are extremely thin screws, and it's gonna take me some time to find the market here. I don't want to waste the time, but the thing is, keep those somewhere close, because you'll have a hard time matching the holes in the future. Those are long thin screws. All right, let's continue working on this thing. Alright, so the rest of the screws are the same. Yep, all the same. Alright, and I found another one, long and thin screw, which we're gonna put where? Right there. Okay, so this is gonna be right there. And you know what, I don't think I unscrewed anything here. This is the top one, right? Yeah, that's the top one. So don't put a screw right here when you assemble it back. So you wanna kind of mark it out, cross it out. You wanna put it here, 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 and there. No, right here, not right here. Okay, good job. And not here. All right, that's my. All right, I'm just looking for the screws data. All right, so it seems like the metal bracket is already movable. So what we want to do is remove this tape right here. No, the tape is usually not reusable. And we want to disconnect this wireless connector. And we want to disconnect that wireless connector. And you see it goes in a groove right here, this groove, not that groove, but this groove. All right, so guide it like that. Guide the connection out of the place, like that, like that. Okay, so now it's out of the way. And those two cables right here, you have to remove the wireless cut. All right, so unplug it straight outwards at 45-degree angle. And here you got this tape right here, that tape right there, and you got it out like that. And here we got this tiny little component right here, which is okay, like that. Now we got this LED LCD screen cable, which you want to pull up right here, as well as pry something underneath. It's going to be much easier to Alright, so like that. Open this guy up, and do I want to guide it out? Yeah, like that. So now we remove this bracket, set the bracket aside. Okay guys, if the video is useful so far, don't forget to leave a like, because it's gonna help the channel grow, because the more likes, the better the video is rated, and I will be able to buy some better cameras to shoot in much better quality. So here what I need to do, I need to remove the fan with the heatsink, because it covers this cable right here, which you don't want to break, because those cables probably not that easily found. Now what you want to do is don't just pull on the cables here, you have to kind of try to guide it out from both sides. Shoot, I could break my nails like that. You want to take it out from both sides. And you probably end up pulling on this too, because you don't want to take this white you don't want to take out the white bracket that holds the cable in place. So here. Okay, like that. So careful about this, all right? Now, here we got the screw and there we got the screw. For some reason, they're at an angle. And we got 4 screws here. Alright, so we removed the heatsink. And now I need to clean up the CPU. Because this whole thing gonna be all over my desktop. And it's hard to clean it up from the desktop once it's get in touch with my vinyl cover. Alright, so here. Alright, you know what, let me pause the video because that what I'm gonna do is just gonna be cleaning it up. Alright, so now I cleaned up the heatsink because I understand that it's not really, I mean, people usually fast forward, but some people just watch it on TVs and they don't like to see how a guy cleans up the heatsink for half an hour. Now, here's that cable that's really important not to bend out, here, like that. So first thing, we can probably remove this side because it's longer, like that and like that. I didn't screw those two guys. Alright, so I wanna put it right there because I need to assemble it back before we're gonna put the heatsink on, because otherwise it's gonna be, I keep forgetting them. I mean I don't forget them, I keep forgetting putting that wire in when I'm unscrew the heatsink. So this wire you don't have to disconnect because it's disconnected on the other side. Right? Yeah, there should be the other side. And I don't need to disconnect it from here. Alright. So you see, easy, piece of cake. Some people tell me, read the manual, take apart manual beforehand. Well, lots of people write those manuals so that after watching videos like mine. Alright, so here we got the jack right there. I don't see any visible damage, but I guess it's on the inside. The reason I think so because those huge tips, they break the jack in no time. Oh shoot! All of the. Well, maybe it's not the jack because I was just able to get the voltage there. Or maybe depends how I wiggle it. Let's see. No, this conducts. So no, it should definitely be the jack. Either something on the motherboard shorts out or the jack, because I was able to get something and then stop conducting the electricity. So since the laptop is here already, let me replace the jack. But yeah, I think the damage is inside the jack itself. It's not, usually it's how it's soldered to the motherboard. Now the problem you have to understand here is that there's a whole bunch of little tiny components around the jack. So we got those two components right there. This big one, this guy. And those two right there. Those are my concerns right here and right there. The concern is simple. Once I'm gonna start using hot air right here, it's gonna be melting this button, this guy, that guy, this guy, and everything either fly off the motherboard or get melted. So I need to insulate this area the best I can, and the insulation takes time. What I'm gonna be using Kapton tape to insulate it. let me just show you how I'm gonna start doing. I mean, I don't want to bore you to death with hours of installation, but here, let me. So this is a tape, so it tapes to the motherboard, and it protects the area from heat. So those two little components on the back should be alright. Alright. But those side ones, I mean, there's really no simple way to get the tape there. And even if I get it there, I don't think it's gonna be holding that well. So I'm probably gonna kind of tape it down. And if you're gonna use the tape near those soldering connections, and if the tape sticks to the soldering connection itself on the jack not gonna get released from the motherboard because the tape gonna cool down the area a lot. So here, like that, and like that. Okay, good job. So the only thing is I need to find a... Alright, so here, let me show you how it looks like. Sorry, I have to bore you with the... I'm not sorry, but yeah. Here, you have to make sure the tape is not on top of those soldering connections in the back. Now I have to find a matching jack. Alrighty, so that's the new jack right here. Let me... Well, you know what, it's new, but it's probably not the right... No, it's the right size. Okay. So here, let me show you. Should be up here someplace to rotate this whole thing. Oh, it works like that. Alright. So, as you can see, the jacks are the same. Only thing is this one has the plastic back covering, and this one has the legs exposed. But it has to be sitting at least, you see there's like black piece right there, right here. So it makes sure that the jack kind of sits on top of the board, so it's not flush against the board. It's, you see, it's got 3 or 4 millimeter slack right there. So those jacks come in different sizes and depends on how far up or down you want it to sit. So this one is the one that's going to sit perfectly fine. Only thing is I will have to insulate the rear a little bit. Alright, so I will start soldering in a few seconds, but my microphone is a mile away from the soldering job. Maybe I'm gonna get enough money eventually to... I already have 1,000 videos on the website, but no good microphone anywhere. So because the exhaust is allowed, the screwdrivers allowed, all the mics I tried, they pick up noises like crazy all over the place. And I'm not sure why I need to talk to you while I'm doing this, but I tried to do videos without the audio and people complain that I need to talk sometimes. All right, so listen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux right here, right there, and right there to 4 legs. And then I'm gonna add the new solder to those legs. Now, some of you are gonna say you have to desolder it, but no, listen, guys. This is a lead-free solder right here on this board. So once I add the leaded solder right there, the leaded solder is gonna mix with the silver solder, and then under the hot air, we'll be able just to push it down, and it's gonna come off. Then I'm gonna use the desoldering braid to suck up the excess solder from the inside of the holes, and then I'm gonna put some flux and put the new jack in place. That's what I'm gonna do. So let me switch to the work area and you can see how everything's gonna be happening. All right. Oh, I should have paused the video here. Hold on. Oh. Alright, I apologize, I didn't pause the video before I started to set up the environment, but again, I'm gonna add some flux, I'm gonna add some solder, and then on the hot air, I will drop the jack down. So let's begin. Exhaust is on, soldering iron is on, flux. Alright. Still in focus. Alright. Like that. You see what I was talking about? The tape is in the way. And now I want to do we're going to add some flux. Put the new jack in place. Those needs to be done from the bottom. All right, too much flux right there and right there. And just fill it up. All right, let's flip it over. All right, for that I'll probably need another iron. Oh, this on the side. And the one right here. Good job. And good job. All right. That's good. Alright, so now I just need to clean it up. once it's all nice and shiny, I want to double check the connection. I need a little bit more solder right on this end. Alrighty, so this is how the final job looks like that and like that. So we got solder on both sides, the top and the bottom, and I have to cut my nails. They're good for taking the fans out from the motherboard. So all right, let's put it all back together. Before I'm gonna do that, I need to see if this is conducting the electricity just fine and nothing is shorting. All right, so nothing is shorting, everything's fine. We're checking the continuity on the laptop. So here, make sure all of the cables are out of the way, and this thing gonna go this way, so that there should be a cable right there, and I guess we are just guiding it like that and dropping this in. All right, so the first thing I want to make sure is the cable is here, because I keep forgetting this cable all the time. So I want to connect this guy first. All right, so here, that's it. This guy goes in first, like that. Close down, and that guy we can probably connect it like that and close it down, and put it back in place like that. No, doesn't work like that. Okay, so this doesn't work like that. You have to connect this guy first. All right, connect this guy second. Make sure it drops in there. Make sure it drops right inside like that. Okay. Here we got the first wire that's gonna be, this guy gonna be guided like that, like that, like that, and you're gonna drop it in like that, and like that. Wonderful. And here we want to connect the speaker wire like that, and I'm not sure if I connect the speaker wire before or after I put the top cover on. Let me see. No, right now is the time when I connect the speaker wire. Alright, and alright. So the thing I need to do is I need to clean up the heatsink. It's gonna take me a second. I need to do it over the garbage can. I don't have a camera near the garbage can. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, once the heatsink is cleaned and shiny, I'm gonna add some new solder right here and right there. Okay? Not the solder, sorry. The thermal heatsink compound, it's called. Thermal heatsink compound. Alrighty, so here we drop this guy in place. Alright. And it's strange that it's not exactly sits fine in here. Alright, so now it sits fine. Okay, good, good. Alright, let's close it down. Okay, wonderful. And now we connect this wire right here. Alright. And this thing needs to be guided like that. Like, exactly like that, okay? Looks good to me, yeah? Now we remove the extra hair that's from dog hair or something here. Oops, sorry, wrong camera here. Okay, now is the time to, oh, yeah, I don't think I screwed down the screws all the way down. Don't over tighten the screws because they're gonna come off the motherboard. And those are relatively tight. Some extra pieces there. Okay, looks good to me. This wire is connected, that should be connected on the other side. Now let's put the cover back like that. And I just want to put a couple of screws here. One right here. Another one right there. That way it's gonna hold the frame in place. And here what I'm doing is I am I am alright, so just gonna run these wires right here, tape it down. Now what I wanna do is put the wireless card in, drop it down like that, and like that. Now what I think the like that. Can it be focused or it's not focusing? Come on. Let's see. Are we on the autofocus? Yeah, we're on the autofocus. Nothing's focusing down. Alright, like that. So, next thing are those cables right here. You need to guide them into this edge right here, into ledge right there, and into this groove right here, and connect it like that, or think like that, and like that. Okay, so the problem is those cables needs to be in that groove right there. And why would they make a metal groove? I don't know. It's really doesn't seem to be sitting right, but anyways, here like that, and yeah, that's how it needs to be done. like that. Good job. And I probably need to put some tape right there onto the jack. What's wrong with the autofocus? Alrighty. Okay, like that. Wonderful. Now I can take the gloves off because I'm done with chemicals. And let's see what we have for the screws. Let's connect this tiny little screw right here. Tiny and long. Okay, so now everything got aligned right away. Good job. Good job. Alright. So, oops. Sorry, wrong one. Here. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, looks like it got inserted just fine, because you see it sits in that groove and that groove. Right there and right there. Alright, so I should be able to close it just fine. Now you will open up the hinges. Like that. And maybe you can leave enough like so I could buy a new coat. Alright, so I'm just kidding. Here, let's connect this guy. Let's go from a different angle. This guy right there. And let's see, different angle here. Okay, like that. And we already need to rotate it out a lot. My understanding, this is the jet. Good job, wonderful. Alright. I'm just making sure that all of the hinges are hinged down. And all that I do is I make sure it's aligned here on the bottom. And make sure that the sides are clipping in while I'm inserting it in place. And then I'm working my way towards the center, like that. Make sure no extra wires hanging around here. So, like that. Flip it over. I like to work on it like that. And we got two screws for the keyboard, which we're gonna install. One gonna be right here, and another one gonna be right there. So those two screws should hold the keyboard down in place just fine. Now for the rest of them, let me get the. Let me show you that so you wouldn't screw around here. One right there. One right here. And one right there. All right. Alrighty. Alright guys, so if you want, just send us the motherboard, we're gonna fix it up. It's gonna be cheaper if you send us the whole laptop. Here, like that. Like that. Like that. Ah, right there, yeah. Okay, right here. Good job. All right. It's a torque-driven wrench, so even if I hold it like that, well, it shouldn't move. All right. So the rest of them. Where are the rest of the screws here? Those are the guys that go into the board. So we go from here. Yep. Take this one right there. Okay. There's gonna be one right here. Please don't put anything right there. I think we need to put one right there. Alright. And one right here. And one right there. I think, right? Let's see. Yeah. One right here. And one right there. And one right there. And this one, I'm just contemplating between the two. So this one is right there. Alright, so I need to put it into this one. Okay. Right there. Good job. So we're not putting the cover back on yet. That's all the screws I got here. Yeah. No screws left behind, my friends. Alrighty, so we put this guy right here. Snap it down. Make sure to guide the battery so that those hinges are on top right here. So you kind of guide it like that and like that. And then you put the two screws right here. Then you are putting the top cover. So yeah, I mean, guys, if this video was helpful, just leave a comment saying thank you, man, something like that, because the more comments, I understand there's really nothing to comment except how bad the quality of the audio is, or not 4K, but really any comment is better than no comment. So here, like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. Okay. Drop this guy in there. Make sure this guy right there. This guy right here. And we got one screw missing, which is not on my end. I think it was missing before I got it. And we usually just put those guys right there, like there. So let me find the matching screw. Alright, found the matching screw. And the one right there. Good job. Open this thing up. And okay, wrong cable. here. Let's plug it in. Nice, good snap. And we got nothing. Nothing. I got nothing. Shoot. Anyways, it was a good video when it comes to taking things apart. Nope, nothing. Maybe I need to leave it plugged in for the night or something, but nope. No money, no honey. I did get a light right there. I just had the light a second ago. Nope. Maybe the tip is bad. You know, let me try another power supply. Alright, so got a new power supply. Let's see if this power supply is working. Yeah, the power supply is working. Plug it in. And we got the blink right there. And we got no response here. Ah no, there is a response. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? I'm old guy, so I can't sometimes see the lights at the end of the tunnel. No, here, charging. Alright, so not only the jack was bad, but the power supply is bad too. One of the pimps, one of the cover things fell off. So here, maybe here is gonna be, no, it's gonna be falling off from all of them. Maybe there, like that. Come on. Alright, so here it's holding tight. Yeah, I don't want to keep any more. Let's see, power up. And now we got a battery blinking rapidly right here, the battery light. And nothing happens. That's with my power supply. It was just charging a second ago. Now it's not really doing anything. Maybe I can't see anything anymore. Alright, let's try one more time. Alright, so again, we got the charge light on. And we press the power button. By the way, how many amps does this thing need? Let's see if we can find out the information about the amps. Oh, it only needs 2.3 amps. I see what the problem is. Yeah. This power supply is a bit more powerful. The original power supply that they sent with the laptop is a bit more powerful. So it's probably screwed up the motherboard. So, right, so here's lock, here's the lock position. And I guess. Alright, so for right now I got no power coming to the laptop. Even though the orange light is on. When I press the power button, it doesn't want to power up. So I will leave it charging for the night and see if it's gonna work tomorrow or not. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I didn't make any money. I just wasted my time on making this YouTube video. Alright, so let me know in the comments below if your laptop did power up after the repair. And maybe if I'm gonna have time, I will probably make a comment if this one did. But I mean, the charge light is solid. I mean, right there, here. The charge light is solid, so it's charging right now. Before it didn't charge at all, but it doesn't want to power up at this time. Press the power button. And the light on the charge light blinks, and then nothing happens. Alright, so let me charge it up, and thank you so much for watching, guys. You have a good day. Thanks. Bye.